Hey Erin, how's it going? Do you want to go on our annual hiking trip today?
Hey, I would love to go, but my shoulder has been killing me. So I finally went to the doctor, and the doctor said I had shoulder impingement syndrome.
Oh no, I heard that's so painful. You could still come hiking though, right?
I don't think I can. My arm feels so weak, and I can't even reach behind my back. I would never be able to get my backpack on.
Oh no, I feel so bad, but I really want to go hiking. Oh wait, I have the perfect thing for you. Come over and I'll show you.
Really? All right, I'll be over in 10.
So, in order for Erin to be able to grab the backpack strap, she has to first flex at her trunk to be able to reach the strap from a standing position. So, she's using her erector spinae muscles, rector abdominis, external and internal obliques, all in the sagittal plane, going with gravity in order to reach the backpack strap. Okay. Right now, Erin is going to reach down toward the ground, extending her elbow and extending her fingers to eventually grip the strap of the backpack. So to extend her elbow, she is using triceps brachii and coneus, and also to extend her fingers, she's using extensor digitorum communis, extensor indicus proprius, extensor digiti minimi, and extensor pollicis longus and brevis. The movement of reaching down towards the ground is in the sagittal plane of motion, and the elbow, carpal, and metacarpal joints are all working against gravity.
Next, Sina is gripping the backpack strap. Here, she's flexing her fingers. Her fingers are concentrically contracting. The muscles that are flexing are flexor digitorum profundus, flexor digitorum superficialis, flexor pollicis longus, and opponens pollicis. The movement this movement is happening in the sagittal plane, and the metacarpal joints are working with gravity.
So right now, Erin's right hand is gripping the backpack strap. She is using her finger flexors, which are concentrically contracting, to do this. So she's using flexor digitorum profundus, flexor digitorum superficialis, flexor pollicis longus, and opponens pollicis. And for her to lift the backpack off the ground, she's flexing her at her elbow using concentric contraction of the biceps brachii, brachioradialis, and brachialis. And this occurs in the sagittal plane, and it's against gravity to be able to lift the backpack and everything in it off the ground.
So now Sina is using momentum to swing the backpack on her shoulder. As she does this, the shoulder abducts, externally rotates, and internally rotates, as well as extends, with the middle deltoids concentrically contracting. This phase is taking place in the frontal plane, while the joints are working against momentum to swing the backpack onto her shoulder. So during this phase, her shoulder is extending while internally rotating. Her posterior deltoids are helping her extend her shoulder, and the internal rotators are helping her internally rotate to keep the strap on top of her shoulder. This phase takes place along in the frontal plane, and it is going against gravity to help the backpack stay on her shoulder and keep the supplies in it.
So while Erin is securing the backpack strap onto her shoulder, the whole time her elbow is flexed. So her biceps brachii, brachioradialis, and brachialis are all in isometric contraction in order to keep the strap up on her shoulder while she is trying to get her left arm through the backpack strap. So right now she's extending her shoulder, which is using her lats, her delts, anterior delts, pec major, and posterior delts, which are also simultaneously internally rotating. So she's able to get her arm behind her back. So that's occurring in both the frontal plane for internal rotation and the sagittal plane for the extension of the arm. And that's all going to be occurring against gravity also.
Okay, so Sina is now flexed. Her elbow is flexed, and it's using biceps brachii, brachioradialis and brachialis. And as she puts her arm through the strap, her elbow extends using the triceps and the anconeus. Then abducts as she pulls it up on her shoulder. And it's using primarily concentric contraction of the middle deltoid. And now her elbow goes back into flexion to secure the strap on her shoulder. During the hike, both shoulders are working against gravity to keep herself upright as well as the backpack up. The upper traps, levator scap, and rhomboids are working isometrically, and this occurs in the frontal plane.
Erin, I'm so glad you decided to come over. I did a ton of research on shoulder impingement syndrome, and I found out that there's a lot of loss of stability in your shoulder joint, and that it can be impossible to reach up over your head or behind your back. That must be so difficult for you.
It really is. It feels like I have a dead arm, so weak, and I could barely move it in any direction.
Wow, that's really rough. Well, let me go get the gift that I got for you, and we can go on our hike, okay?
Okay.
All right.